at the highest level that Jay-Z likes to watch Beyoncé with different men, such as Ray J.
In the world of celebrity power, nothing stirs the pot like Nicki Minaj when she decides to unload one of her infamous late-night rants, and this time the queen of controversy aimed her fire directly at Jay-Z and Beyoncé, accusing them of hiding behind the biggest smoke and mirrors marriage Hollywood has ever seen, a shocking allegation that Jay-Z is secretly living a gay lifestyle while Beyoncé is quietly a lesbian. Their entire relationship allegedly nothing more than a carefully orchestrated business arrangement, masterminded years ago by Matthew Knowles himself to protect their careers and brand image, and while most rappers would ignore Nicki's outbursts, word on the street is Jay-Z and Beyoncé are not taking this one lightly, with rumors circulating that the Carter Empire is preparing to hit Nicki with a brutal defamation lawsuit to shut her down before the whispers grow too loud. But the thing is, Nicki's claims aren't floating in isolation, they're tapping into a deep well of rumors, speculation, and industry whispers that have followed Jay-Z for years.
And when I asked you if you believe they had anything together, you said that you do believe that there might have been something that was going on with them. I want to ask you if you heard of this story, during that time, because this is what I believe was floating around the internet. They were saying that allegedly Jay-Z gave Rihanna an STD, and that Rihanna allegedly gave that STD to Chris Brown. And that's what caused the fight, the breakup or whatever, that Jay-Z was allegedly sleeping with with Rihanna at the same time that Rihanna was sleeping with Jay-Z. Did you hear anything about that? Would you happen to know if that's true, or maybe not true, but if you heard anything about that?
I did hear those rumors, and when you said Jay-Z was sleeping with Chris Brown, I also heard that rumor as well.
Also, you heard a rumor of Jay-Z hooking up with Chris Brown as well?
Yeah, because like Diddy, Jay-Z's sexual preference is peculiar to say the least. Is a code, right? He likes to watch Beyoncé with other men. Ray J, from what I heard, even before all this happened, was one of the guys that used to smash Beyoncé while Jay-Z would watch.
From old videos of Diddy smacking him on stage in a way that looked more intimate than playful, to his emotional breakdown when his mother came out as a lesbian, to his constant lyrical and stylistic references to Basquiat, a painter long rumored to have been bisexual, and all of these threads have combined into a web of suspicion that Nicki just poured gasoline on. And you've got to ask yourself, why would she keep Jay-Z's name in her mouth if there wasn't some level of truth hiding behind the smoke? Because remember, Nicki has been alleging for years that Jay-Z tried to sabotage her career behind the scenes, blocking her opportunities and working against her with Roc Nation execs. And every time she feels cornered or disrespected, she seems to come back swinging harder, this time bringing receipts that push the narrative into darker territory. But before we unravel the tangled mess of accusations, industry secrets, and alleged double lives, do me a favor, smash that like button. Subscribe to Celebriacs for more jaw-dropping Hollywood exposés, and hit the notification bell so you never miss the messy truth hidden behind the glittering lights of fame, because what we're about to dig into might just change how you look at one of the most powerful couples in the world. Let's start with the foundation. Nicki Minaj isn't the first to accuse Jay-Z of questionable behavior. For years, there's been an unsettling video clip floating around online of Diddy openly smacking Jay-Z on the backside during a live event. And while some people brushed it off as a joke, others pointed out the strange way Jay didn't flinch, didn't pull back, but instead leaned into it like he was comfortable with the touch, sparking speculation that there was more behind the interaction than just playful banter. Critics said the way Diddy patted Jay looked more like a signal of intimacy than a friendly gesture, and when you mix this with the fact that Diddy himself has been repeatedly exposed for allegedly running wild freak-off parties involving men, escorts, and substances, you start to see why people raised eyebrows. The suspicion grew louder in 2012 when Jay openly and passionately supported Barack Obama's decision to legalize gay marriage. Now, supporting equal rights is not unusual or suspicious in itself.
We'll call it a rumor for now, what you heard about Ray J, Beyonce, and Jay-Z. And I'm just curious, Jonathan, when you hear information like that, when that comes to you, what are your thoughts? Is it normalized when you hear like cuckold situations and with celebrities? Is that normal when you hear that? Or is that like, are you surprised when you hear information like that?
I'm surprised when it comes to, Jay-Z, especially because it's, like Beyonce, but it's pretty normal. But I know from Jay-Z when he used to have his T-Mobile a sidekick. And you go to like that little. Do you remember those? I'm older than you guys, so I don't know if you remember the little sidekicks, the T-Mobile two-way, type. Yeah. So, I was with the girl, and he was asking about her, and then he was asking me stuff like, would you be interested in like, somebody watching? He was just asking some really, really bugged out questions, and I still have those emails. I still have all that, So, like, that's one of the things that I was going to include in the book. I'm just trying to figure out how I would do that. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is, It just, I just get real frustrated about when I see these people talk about, okay, Jaguar wasn't there. And if she wasn't there, then she knows somebody who's came to her and talked to her, because I've been getting that so much, as I said.
But the depth of his passion for the topic caught people's attention. He described opposition to gay marriage as no different from racial discrimination. And while his words were praised publicly, whispers spread privately. Why was he so invested? Why did his voice sound like someone who was defending more than just a political stance? It was subtle, but it gave people ammunition to say maybe Jay's not just being an ally. Maybe he's speaking from personal experience. Adding fuel to the fire was Jay's emotional confession in 2018 about his mother's sexuality. He admitted he broke down in tears of joy when his mother finally came out as a lesbian, writing lyrics about how she had lived her entire life pretending, hiding, and suffering from society's shame. A verse so raw it made fans wonder, did Jay's personal connection to the LGBTQ+ world run deeper than just his mother? And then there's the Basquiat connection. Jay-Z's entire signature hairstyle was lifted straight from Jean-Michel Basquiat, an artist long rumored to have been bisexual, and Jay has repeatedly referenced him in his music while spending millions on his art. Industry insiders said it wasn't just admiration, it was identification, a mirroring of a man who lived in both worlds, a coded homage to someone Jay allegedly related to on a deeper level. Was it inspiration, or was it signaling? Even 50 Cent once questioned why Jay would choose to embody the style of a man who lived such a different lifestyle, hinting that maybe the similarities weren't surface level at all. And if you thought that was where it ended, enter Jonathan Hay, Rihanna's former publicist, who dragged the rumors out of the shadows and straight into the spotlight. According to Hay, Jay-Z didn't just dabble, he participated. Hay claimed to have personally witnessed Jay in intimate situations with men, including none other than DJ Khaled, and even went as far as saying he saw Jay getting involved with a trans woman during a major tour. These weren't whispers or speculation, Hay claimed it as fact. He said it wasn't a matter of allegedly, but something everyone in the industry already knew. And the craziest part? Hay insisted these weren't isolated moments. He claimed Jay orchestrated freak-off parties, eerily similar to the ones Diddy was accused of running, only Jay's twist was that he would bring men into the bedroom with Beyoncé, allegedly watching and recording as she slept with other men, with whispers even pointing to Ray J as one of the men involved. The idea that one of music's most powerful marriages could actually be built on such bizarre and hidden dynamics shocked fans, but it didn't surprise the insiders who had been hinting at this for years. Then there's DJ Khaled, who somehow got dragged into this mess alongside Jay. Allegations about Khaled's sexuality surfaced years ago when a male escort named Jonathan Audi claimed during a police interrogation that Khaled was bisexual and involved in Diddy's infamous parties. At the time, many dismissed the claims as the ramblings of someone desperate for attention, but during Diddy's recent trial, Audi was confirmed to have actually been one of Diddy's escorts, suddenly validating his testimony and making people circle back to the things he said about both Khaled and Jay. When you stack these allegations side by side, the pattern becomes harder to ignore. Meanwhile, Beyoncé isn't escaping this storm untouched. Jaguar Wright, the outspoken singer who has spent years exposing alleged secrets of the industry, has long claimed Beyoncé is secretly a lesbian. She alleged that Beyoncé's marriage to Jay-Z was never about love, but about business, a carefully constructed lavender marriage to keep up appearances while allowing both parties to quietly live their real truths behind the curtain. Nicki Minaj recently revived this claim, throwing shade at Jay-Z on Twitter in a now infamous tweet where she mocked him by saying, "Jay-Z, take off that lace front," a dig that fans interpreted as her calling him gay outright. She even accused him of playing in Beyoncé's wig collection when she's not home, fueling the narrative that Jay-Z hides behind a carefully curated masculine image while allegedly living a different reality. This isn't the first time Nicki has gone after Jay, though. She's claimed for years that Jay and Roc Nation exec Desiree Perez worked against her, sabotaging deals and plotting her downfall. And every time she feels her back against the wall, like her recent feud with Cardi B, she seems to drag Jay's name back into the mess. Some say it's revenge, others say it's obsession, but the result is always the same. explosive claims that capture headlines and set the internet ablaze. Now, here's the real question. If these allegations are truly baseless, why haven't Jay-Z and Beyoncé crushed them already? A defamation lawsuit could end Nicki's credibility instantly. Yet so far, all we have are whispers of legal threats. Some argue that silence is strategic, that Jay and Bey know responding would only draw more attention to the allegations, while others suggest maybe they're worried about what a court case could unearth. Either way, the fact that Nicki keeps repeating these claims means she either knows something the public doesn't, or she's playing a dangerous game of self-destruction. The internet, of course, is divided. Some fans defend Jay-Z, pointing out that supporting gay rights, admiring Basquiat, and having an openly lesbian mother don't prove anything about his personal life. Others say there's too much smoke for there not to be fire, with stories of Jay living with a male basketball player in his early career resurfacing, alongside claims from insiders who say everyone in the industry already knows the truth. And as Nicki continues to lob grenades into Jay's empire, you can't help but wonder, is she exposing hidden realities, or is she dragging down a king of hip-hop in the messiest way possible? So what do you think? Are Nicki's rants just bitter retaliation against a man she claims tried to ruin her career, or is she blowing the lid off one of the most carefully constructed illusions in music history? Could Jay-Z and Beyoncé really be living in a beard marriage for business? Or is this just another round of wild Hollywood gossip meant to shock and entertain? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this story is far from over. And if Nicki has her way, the next rant could be even uglier than this one. But let's not forget the ripple effect this could have beyond just Nicki, Jay, and Beyoncé. In the age of viral content, once a story takes off, it's almost impossible to put the genie back in the bottle. And right now, these allegations are spreading across blogs, podcasts, and TikTok feeds like wildfire. Every time a new clip resurfaces, whether it's Diddy smacking Jay on stage or Jonathan Hay doubling down in an interview, the internet stitches the pieces together and adds new fuel. Suddenly, what might have been dismissed as industry gossip is now gaining traction as part of a bigger cultural conversation about authenticity, image, and the carefully crafted facades of celebrities. Fans are starting to ask whether their favorite power couples are even real, or if everything they see is just smoke and mirrors designed to sell records and maintain billion-dollar brands. That kind of speculation is dangerous, because once people start doubting the authenticity of your image, every smile, every photo op, and every award show appearance starts to look staged. And for Jay-Z and Beyoncé, who have built their empire on mystique and control, losing the illusion of perfection could be more damaging than any single scandal. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Nicki Minaj herself isn't immune to controversy or questions about authenticity, which makes her the perfect but also the most unpredictable figure to keep stirring the pot. Some people believe Nicki's rants are calculated moves to distract from her own issues, whether it's legal troubles, feuds with other rappers, or constant battles with the media. Others argue she's exposing the industry's ugly truths because she knows she has nothing left to lose, and taking down someone like Jay-Z gives her the upper hand in a world where she feels boxed out. Either way, her decision to reignite whispers about Jay's sexuality and Beyoncé's alleged hidden life forces fans to choose sides. And in today's internet climate, sides turn into movements. Hashtags trend, memes spread, and narratives form overnight, creating a pressure cooker that even the most powerful celebrities can't completely control. If Nicki keeps hammering away at these allegations, it may not matter whether they're true or not. The perception alone could leave a permanent crack in Jay-Z and Beyoncé's carefully polished legacy, proving once again that in the court of public opinion, perception is reality, and once the whispers get loud enough, they never really go away.